One of the weirder cards to ever release in Marvel Snap is about to drop in Nico Minoru. Today we're going over the good, the bad, the mechanics, and then ultimately pass final judgment in this installment of...
Is it worth it?
What's up, nerds? Let's just jump right in. Nico Minoru reads, after you play your next card, cast a spell. The spell changes each turn. So there are 7 spells that Nico can cast. Might as well go over those spells right now instead of talking about the mechanics and everything first. Spell number 1, on reveal, after you play your next card, it becomes a demon. Spell 2, on reveal, after you play your next card, destroy it and draw 2 cards. 3, after you play your next card, move it 1 location to the right. 4, after you play your next card, give it +2 power. 5, after you play your next card, replace that card's location. 6, after you play your next card, add a copy of it to your hand. 7, after you play your next card, double this card's power. That was a lot of words. Okay, so on to how Nico works. The spells are random and they change every turn. And from the season pass video that was released by Second Dinner, it seems that each spell will have like an image or an animation on Nico for you to recognize what spell is currently active. So they're all on reveal effects. Cosmo sucks. But the only weird interaction I could think of off the top of my head was things like Lemuria or Invisible Woman. Example, if you play Shuri while Invisible Woman is on the board, and then the card you play after you play Shuri is played into the Invisible Woman lane, Shuri doesn't recognize that card is being played, so the next card you play after that on Shuri's lane will get doubled. I guess Elaheh as well is probably a better example of this. If you Shuri and then the card you play into the Shuri lane is Elaheh without being revealed, then Shuri does not count that card as ever being played. So I'm going to assume Nico Minoru will act the same way. Other than that, the card seems pretty straightforward. As a different spell each turn, you get to see what they are due to the icons and stuff, and then you play your cards. Alright, let's get to the good and the bad of Nico. The good. Seems fun as hell. Almost every game you play with Nico is going to end up different, which creates much more enjoyment while you're playing the game. Repetition kills joy. So Nico is basically going to make every game different and that much more enjoyable. Second good. The effect versatility. Not the card versatility as in Nico herself. She's not a versatile card. I mean the effects on her spells being versatile. There's 7 different spells. That's a lot of options, which is the definition of versatile. Basically, having Nico in your deck is like having Infinity Stones in your deck, sort of. Third good thing about the card is it's unique. Maybe not 100% unique, because Thanos sorta does the same thing that Nico does with the Infinity Stones, but Nico is sort of the same thing. Thanos with the Infinity Stones and Nico are the only 2 cards that are comparable in the game at all. On to the bad. First bad thing, randomness. RNG. You're gonna have to use Nico in a deck that is totally happy with any of the effects happening on any given turn. That's weird. I've seen people talk about using Nico in like Phoenix Force decks or move decks or destroy decks and being like, oh, if I get this spell on this turn or if I do this in that turn, stop it. Counting on a random effect happening on a specific turn to make your deck slightly better is insane. Those instances are going to be far and few between. So just don't look at Nico like that. Sure, it'll happen, but you're living in Christmas land. Second bad thing, sort of the same as the first, but the right spell, the wrong turn. Even if you are running Nico in a deck that loves Nico and wants all of its effects, what if the spell that is available to you on a turn is not what you need? Therefore, Nico's a dead card. Since they're all random, at any given turn, you could have a spell that doesn't help you, and then the next turn you're like, oh, I wish that spell was different, and it seems it might be a little frustrating. Third bad thing is deck building. Now, we've already touched on this a little bit, but Nico's effects require a deck that is happy with all of them, and I can only think of one deck that is okay with all of those effects going off on any given turn. Oh yeah, that deck is Thanos. Thanos is always the answer. Now, I may be a little harsh on Nico. I think people are overhyping it a little bit, but I'm happy to be wrong. It could be super cool, but personally, I think Nico is only going to be even playable outside of fun factor, but only playable in a Thanos list. Nico basically serves as an extra Infinity Stone. Thanos decks already want to play your stones out and get those effects for utility. Well, Nico just adds another one to your deck. They add a stone effect on top of a stone. It's stones on stones on stones. Also, on top of that, the stones themselves provide fuel for Nico Minoru. And you can play other cards with Nico and the stones. So you could play out a stone, get the Nico effect, get the stone effect, and then still play like a Jeff or an Iron Lad or whatever. That actually seems quite good. Let's go over the spells real quick and see if we're cool with them in this list. The spell that makes a demon. Strict upgrade to most of your cheap cards and every Infinity Stone. The Destroy and Draw 2 spell. Great, now we have 2 Mind Stones, and Thanos loves a Mind Stone early in the game. The Move spell. An extra Space Stone. Great. The +2 Power spell. But still, it's better than nothing. The location changing effect, well, yeah, you got 2 reality stones now. Congratulations. There's a spell that adds a copy of the card you last played to your hand. Great, if you use that on a stone, you get an extra stone, so you get that effect again and another draw. Pretty spicy with Time Stone too. And then the last spell, which is probably the least significant, is the one that actually beefs up Nico herself. But yeah, all of those effects are really good, if not just welcome, while you're playing Thanos. And Thanos' strength is being able to take a lot of different play lines in any given game, and its extreme versatility compared to other decks. That's why it's so much better in Conquest and tournaments. Well, now that's more true than ever thanks to Nico. Double the effects, double the fun, double your pleasure. So, is Nico Minoru worth it? This is hard to answer, mainly because it's a Series 5 card, and the other 2 cards in the Spotlight Cache, you probably already have them. So when it comes to tokens, 6k tokens for Nico, hell nah. Unless you're just, memeing and dreaming and you want to have some fun, whatever, then this video doesn't matter at all. You're going to buy Nico anyway. Is it worth opening the Spotlight Caches though? This one hinges on whether you have Kitty Pryde or not, because Kitty Pryde and Phoenix Force are the other 2 cards in the Spotlight Cache. I know not many of you don't have Kitty Pryde, but if you don't, absolutely. Open all the caches, because Nico might be really good in Thanos and maybe a couple other decks, but Kitty Pryde is an awesome card. If not the best one drop in the game, it's just awesome. It's fun playing it on Angela over and over again. If you haven't experienced that yet, get Nico to get Kitty Pryde. As far as the Phoenix Force goes, card is trash. You can't tell me otherwise. Much like last week with Black Knight, this week is tough because the 2 cards that come in the Spotlight Cache just make things really awkward, and the fact that it's a Series 5 card. So to open for Nico feels bad unless you're a whale and you already have a bunch of tokens. And if you're a super budget player, it also feels bad because that's a big investment for a single card that might or might not be good. Like lots of cards that, are coming up in the future or have come out in the past, you could say, yeah, this is going to be a decent card in X, Y, and Z because they're simple. Nico's not that. So it's basically a buy at your own risk. All right, that's it. I hope this helped. If you like my content or anything I do here on the channel, leave a like and subscribe. It's a little work for you, but it really helps out the channel a whole bunch. But yeah, that's it. Good luck in your games. Later, nerds. Card is trash.